a man stands by the lake, and his wife approaches him. As he turns around, his eyes widen in fear, and his expression contorts into something monstrous. He leaps into the water without hesitation. His wife screams and cries as she watches him go, begging him to come back. "Take me in his place," she cries. Suddenly, her husband breaks the surface of the water. His eyes are clear, and his expression calm. His wife helps him come out of the water, but his wife is suddenly dragged into the water by the mysterious things. He tries to help her, but something is alluring her inside, and these doers are mermaids. They took the life of his wife in place of his. And afterward, a fiancé couple is shown. The girl's name is Marina, while the boy's name is Roman. In fact, they are in a swimming pool. Marina's fiancé teaches her to swim because she does not know how to swim. At the same time, Roman's friend came there, challenging him to a swimming race, and Roman goes for the swimming race, leaving Marina at the pool edge coping. At the back of them, Marina tries to swim. She immediately began to drown, and Roman does not know about it at all. After swimming, he finds Marina drowning. On it, Roman saves her life quickly. Marina is now secure. A quarrel is held between them after this incident. Then Roman visits with his friend in a house built at the edge of a lake. It's his father's house. Roman tells his friend that her mother's death occurred in the lake near this house due to drowning. And after it, his father had gone mad. Now the reality is exposed. A standing person near the lake is Roman's father, and Mermaid had put his mother to death by drowning. Roman's friend brings him to a stag party. Because Roman is nearly getting married, both observed the basement filled with water, so they think either this stagnant water is the problem of sewerage or rainwater. After a while, their other friends also came for the party. Roman leaves the party sometimes because of his bad mood, and sits at the edge of the same lake. He quickly calls Marina, but she is engaged in some work, and Roman jumps into that lake to swim. While swimming, Roman realizes there is someone else there except him. He comes outside the lake and sees a girl combing her hair. Taking her mermaid, he is attracted and comes near her. Both come near each other. Grinning, she asks, "Do you love me?" Marina then calls Roman but gets no response. Roman's friends are in search of him the next morning. He is senseless at the edge of the lake. Coming into consciousness, he asks about that mermaid. His friends find the comb of a mermaid on the floor, and the same comb is also found by Marina in the dress of Roman. Due to his discomfort, Roman performs poorly following the incident. His coach suggests that he practice more. After exercising, he encounters strange occurrences while taking a bath. Does Mermaid, who is standing behind him, love me? He instantly turns around, but the mermaid has disappeared. Coming home, Roman feels more disturbed, because he suffers a fever now. Marina thinks he is unwell because of his workout. Then, a girl tickles Roman. He takes her by the hand and shouts. As he rises to check, but there is no one. Marina drugs Roman to sleep and makes a video call with his sister. Informing her about the condition of Roman, Marina says he is perhaps involved in another girl. She says it, and she shows her comb. Looking at that comb, Alger is shocked. She notices the same comb in the pictures of his father and mother. The next day, Roman jumps into the pool for training. He finds himself in the same pool. He comes outside. When he encounters the same mermaid, he asks her the same question. "Do you love me?" On it, he refuses. Roman loses his senses as she shrieks, and he is at the edge of a swimming pool. All people try to restore his sense. Roman is more disturbed after this happening. He has to be admitted to the hospital because of a high fever, and Roman tells the whole story to everyone. After meeting a girl, different things began to happen to him. And that girl is always with him, everywhere. On it, Alger asks Roman, where did he meet that girl the first time? He says he met her at the edge of the lake. She had worn his shirt. Hearing it, Marina gets angry and leaves. Roman follows her, but he cannot walk because of his feebleness. Suddenly, Marina hears someone, and as a result, she goes in different directions. Roman also goes after her, and reaches a room where he again encounters a mermaid, and the door is locked before Marina reaches there. Mermaid attacks on Roman so far that the people bring him out of the room. Alger understands everything, noticing all that is happening, and she brings him to her father. First of all, their father forbids to meet them and asks to go. Then he hears everything about Alger. Hearing her, he ignores but later weeps a lot on the condition of Roman, and says, "Do not hear the words of the mermaid, otherwise she will take you with her." He tells the whole story of how he met the mermaid at the edge of the lake. Troubling him, she was visible before him everywhere, and your mother used many tricks to avoid it, but all were in vain. And she brought your mother with it. And he also says, "I still miss her." Here he does not mention his wife, but that unforgettable mermaid. We all moved to that house at the edge of the lake after hearing it. Roman and Marina stay at the house, and Alger goes to the edge of the lake with Roman's friend, Leah. Jumping into the lake, Leah finds a grave in the lake. He swims near the grave, which has an engraved name on it. He reads it, and also finds the dead bodies around it. Seeing it, Leah tries to escape, but the mermaid pulls him down. Anyhow, he comes out of the water, and with the help of Alger, he arrives at the edge of the lake, and tells the story of the mermaid Liza Grigorieva. On the other side, Marina observes a lady in front of her house. Going there, she faces Roman's mother's ghost. She says that she was in a ritual before her death. Roman's mother also says, "Take your belongings while I return mine." Feeling fear, Marina returns to her house. She comes near Roman and notices an evil force pulling him to the basement. On it, Marina helps Roman, and suddenly the mermaid comes into sight and begins to pull again. Glimpsing her, Marina attacks that mermaid and drags Roman upside down. And that place is locked down with a nail. And Alger tells us that in previous ages, suiciders were buried at the edge of a lake, rather than in a graveyard. It is thought that Liza Grigorieva had also committed suicide, and her grave was made there. Her grave was also submerged as a result of the waterlogging. And she also says that you should not take her comb, because mermaid strength is in their hair. Along the way, Marina mentions Roman's mother talking about her and ritual. And Marina requests that Leah wait for her outside the cottage, and starts a ritual going inside. Meanwhile, a mermaid appears before Leah and asks, "Do you love me?" He replies, "Yes." And she bewitches him. She also bewitches Roman and compels him to come into the basement. Observing it, Alger tries to stop him, but is attacked by him. On the other side, Marina performs the accurate ritual after a practice. She soaks her comb in water. Looking into the mirror, she says, "Take your thing back and return my love." The comb disappears immediately, and by drowning Marina's face into water, the mermaid shows her past. That is what happened with her in the past, when, after a proposal, a lad deceived her into marrying another girl. Facing them, she murders them and suicides by jumping into the lake. Afterward, she is turned into a mermaid, and she entrapped many males, alluring them, and drowned them into death. Roman runs to the cottage from the basement as he comes to his senses, where Leah is also bewitched. He goes inside the cottage, where many mermaids are impersonated by Marina, and asks, "Do you love me?" He recognizes Marina and expresses his love for her. Witchcraft has come to an end as a result of this. Everything seemed normal the next morning. Leah is still bewitched by the mermaid. Accepting his love, he moves to the basement. Roman also follows him, and the mermaid takes Leah with her. Roman tries to save him, but is attacked by the mermaid again, and says she will snatch her everything. At the same time, Marina and Alger also reach there, and help Roman escape, and they all immediately leave that place. After covering a distance, their car breaks down. Roman comes outside to check the car, and suddenly rain starts. and where they again see a mermaid, and water begins to fill the car at first sight. In fact, Mermaid was wanting to snatch Roman from Marina, so she was doing all these things. Roman immediately breaks the window, saving Alger and Marina. On it, Alger says, "Why is she not leaving us even though we have returned her comb?" And Roman comes to understand that she will not stop cursing him. Roman quickly moves to the lake, and Marina also runs after him, but by hitting her on the head, someone makes her unconscious. The mermaid comes near him as he reaches the edge of the lake. She then again asks Roman, "Do you love me?" Roman replies, "Yes," but the mermaid says to him, "No, you love that girl," and attacks Roman. On the other side, we see that Alger makes Marina the source of sacrifice in a ritual. The purpose of this ritual is to sacrifice her future wife in place of her brother. Weeping Marina pleads with Alger to stop it, but she ignores her. At the same time, Roman's father arrives there and asks Alger to stop all dealings with Marina because the mermaid's motive is the same. Alger agrees with her father. The mermaid reaches there at once, and Alger's father requests the mermaid spare the lives of everyone and take me with her. Thereafter, he expresses his love, and as a result, she brings Alger's father to attack him. Seeing it, Alger pulls the hair of the mermaid. Unfastening her strings, Marina cuts the mermaid's hair with scissors. The mermaid was in the form of a devil with strength in her hair. She began to feel uneasy as the hair was cut. At first sight, she attacks Alger and takes him with her. Marina is unable to save Alger and her father, but to save the life of Roman, she quickly goes to the edge of the lake and finds him lying there inconveniently. Coming there, she tells Roman that the mermaid's all straighten is not in her comb, but in her hair. And the movie also ends here.